Hey everyone, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my book journal, both in my digital book journal, but also we're going to do a little tour of my Notion book list so that you guys can see how that's coming along and let me know whether or not you want a template for something like this, or if you want a tutorial of how to build your own. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at all of this. We're gonna tour on my iPad as well as switching over to my computer so you can see how Notion looks on there. But this is definitely more about Notion and my book list in there than it is about my typical book journal in GoodNotes. So if you're intrigued, stay tuned. Okay, so you guys have been seeing my book journal for, well, forever it feels like. This is my second time doing a full dated book journal. I did one for 2021 and now this is my 2022 one. And so I've got, lots and lots. It moves a little slow because it is so loaded with stuff, because all of these book images are screenshots. I guess I could close some of these other things. That might speed it up a little bit too. But I don't mind the little bit of a delay because I get this look, and I feel like it doesn't always go this slow, but I don't know. GoodNotes has its moments where it wants to get a little more laggy than usual. But the first few months in this one in particular are a little bit heavier because of how I was doing these semi-transparent stickers. I changed that up as I went through and made them like a smaller resolution so that they didn't take up so much space. But some of these book covers, because they are screenshots from the Kindle app on my iPad, they can be pretty big. This is the book that I'm currently reading. I just did a screenshot of that today. So yeah, so this is my book journal. I did a tour of this book journal earlier in the year. I want to say maybe it was like August, and my sister actually was like made a little guest appearance for that one. But sometime around, I don't know, maybe it was September, maybe, I started playing around with Notion for tracking my books, because I have been using Airtable to track some of my books. I started a template over in Airtable because I include my links to these books whenever I share them in a collage and when I share them on YouTube videos. And I'm doing more on my website with like my library page. So I keep up with all the links. I like to know, like, quickly calculate like how many pages I've read, just because I think that's pretty cool. I think for October, not counting like 2 novellas and some Patreon stuff, I think it was like well over like 2,000 pages. And so that was pretty cool to see that. But so I like having that other digital format to track. And so I started using Notion. And because, I had heard stuff about Notion, but didn't really know that much. And so I started building this book list, and I started playing around with different ways of like tracking things and different, views for my list and stuff like that. And so I've developed this look, and it probably looks different than what you guys saw last week when I first teased you with this idea, because I just recently added this view to it. So I really love this view that I get with my book journal, the one that I use in GoodNotes. So I already had these. I wanted to include those. And I'm playing around with if I switch away from this type of book journal and GoodNotes to go strictly Notion for 2023. I don't know. I don't see myself doing that because I really like this because I can, I can have the full view of all of them together with like my favorite quotes from each of the books. But it's, I don't know. See, oh, wow, it's much more. So it was, October was 4,382 pages, not counting the novellas because I didn't know how to figure out how many pages that was. But wow, okay, that's a lot. um, but yeah, so I've just been building on this and building and building and building. And obviously, I haven't tracked all of my 2022 books in here, but I think eventually I will because I really, really like that. I wonder if I can tell. Let's see. This is my pages. If I hit calculate, some 13,051 pages of stuff that I've read on here so far. But that's nowhere near the amount of books. So let's see where. Okay, so basically what I wanted to show you guys is, like, I know my 2023 book journals are going to be hitting the shop soon-ish. It'll probably be closer to the end of December, honestly, middle of December, end of December, because we're at the end of November and it's just not done yet because I'm changing some things. But I thought about creating this as a template and putting it in the shop for those of you who might want it but aren't necessarily like tech savvy enough to like build this yourself. But then I thought there's some I'm new to Notion templates because I'm still pretty new to Notion, even though this may look kind of like impressive. I mean, I think it looks impressive, but I did it. It's okay, I can say that. But I mean, I'm not what dog? I'm not like a Notion master, so I don't know exactly about templates yet. I haven't tested it out. So if you guys who use Notion, do you hear my dog? She is getting like just neat. Can you give me just a minute? Just a minute. Just a minute. So you guys who use Notion who would actually like a template for this, would you rather just have me go step by step on how to create these things? Girl, I am like in the middle of something here. Do you need to go outside? Is that it? Okay, all right. Okay, give me, okay, hang on. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on. Okay, so I'm back after that brief potty break moment for the pupperoos. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so basically I'm going to show you what I have set up for my book list in Notion, and then you guys just tell me, do you want a template or do you want like a step-by-step tutorial of, how to set this up yourself? Because it's, I've done the hard work of figuring this out. So telling you, okay, do this, add this here, put this there, change this filter, whatever. I can tell you how to do that if you'd rather just have a tutorial on it. But today we're going to tour this and I'm going to show you how it looks on my iPad and how it looks on my computer. So if you're new to Notion or, even if you're familiar, this is my book list page and I've set a cover. I've got this cute little icon which shows up here in my list. This is, I don't know what this is actually called, but this is my little side menu list here. And so first up on my Notion setup is I've got my upcoming book releases and to be read. So I've got a calendar view and a table view. And this all it's automatically generated from my master book list. And the reason why I set this up is so, like, obviously the ones that I have for November, I think I only have one that I tagged for November, and that was Dukes of Peril. And I started reading that this morning, so it's now moved off my upcoming book releases. But if I go over to December, Now I can see that I've got Corrupt Night by Tracy Lorraine coming up, and then Sorrow and Starlight by the Twisted Sisters, that's coming up. And I've got a few more like this one. It's got 3, 2, so this is automatically generated for me based off of the information I put in my master list, which is down here in the bottom. So this is my master book list. And well, I'll show you that in a bit. But so for this upcoming book releases and to be read, I have a calendar view and then I have a table view. So with my table view, it's just like, here's my list. And I have it sorted by publication date, and the status is set to a to-do thing. So if that means that it's set for to be read. So it's only pulling from that master list for the things that I said are to be read. And this is all just copied from my master list. Like, it automatically populates this. Once you have the master list, then you can just set up different views. So that's where this comes from. And then my next section is my current monthly reading list. And I've got a gallery view here set up, and I've got a table view, which, is just basic. But the way this works is I have a filter set up for my monthly reading, which is what I have, once again, in the master list. So I can just set it for November, or I can change this and be October. And then it's, why is it only showing one? See, now this is what I don't need, is for it to be all weird. Okay, that's weird. There we go. It just took a moment. Okay, delay, but there we go. So now it's set to October. So these were my October books. And in the gallery view, I have it all set up to where it's just, let's see. I've got my layout as the gallery, and my properties, I just have that set to the name and the rating. And yeah, it's just pulling from my master list. So I'm going to change this back to November, since that's where I'm at. And this is my book list for November. And then next up is I have a reading log. And this is, once again, it's just a view pulling from this master list. And so this is a calendar view. So it shows me start to finish the books that I read on what days. So, that's pretty cool. I also have a table view, but that was just like testing it out. I don't think I even have any settings for that. But so it's just set up, calendar view. So I can see my dates here, which is really fun. And then year in review, this is a new section that I just added where I pulled in, it's a gallery view of my different pages. Now this one does not pull from the master list because I set this up as a page for each month. So I feel like October is my go-to example here. So if I click on this, I can go to this page for October. I've got a cover set up, a little calendar icon. And then this is a screenshot from my book journal that is in GoodNotes. And I just love this look. So I like incorporating this into my Notion. But then down here at the bottom, I have pulled from my master list, just pulled right from it and filtered it so it's only showing October. So I've got a filter turned on, and I changed the view to only have the name of the book, the author, the page count, if it's Kindle Unlimited, and then the rating. Obviously, I can go in here and I can turn on other properties if I wanted to, but I like this slightly simplified view. I'm going to go back to my book list, and we'll go down here. So that is my year in review, and I've just got a placeholder for this month. And then this is the big guy. So this is my master book list, and I've got this database set up that has the book name, an image, status, so this would be to be read, read, or currently reading, a type, which is series, standalone, or novella. And then I've got the authors, the series order. Girl, are you going to do this throughout my entire video? Is that a yes? Okay, so series order, and then dates read. And then I've got page count, a shop link. So this is like an Amazon link. So I can link that on my blog or in social posts, YouTube videos, stuff like that. Kindle Unlimited. And then publication date, genre, rating. And then this is my monthly reading. So this is how I can tag it if it goes to like what month of the year, or if it's in a view that shows up in 2 months. So obviously I don't have everything that I've read for 2022 in here because, like I said, I didn't start doing this until maybe like, I think this dog is going to talk through this entire video. Are you trying to have a conversation with me? Yeah? Why don't you go sit in your chair? Is that a no? Is that a yes? Is that a I don't know? What was that? Okay, sorry for the brief interruption talking to my dog. Okay, girl. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so master list, and let's just pick a book. Let's go with this one. Okay, so when I click on a book, I've got my cover up here. I've got this little book icon, and I can change the cover on the app. Here, come here. Can you sit in your chair, please? There you go. Right there. Right there. You're just 2 feet away. You're fine. Okay, so in the app on Notion, you can change the cover. But on the computer version, the web version, you can reposition it. So this is just the book cover that I've added here. And then I've got, all these different properties. These are the things that show up in the master list. And then I've got the book cover here, and I've got favorite quotes. And then these are just quotes I've highlighted. And then this is the summary that I just pulled from Amazon, just so I can, like, if I'm searching for something, like what book was this, that might tell me. But then I can add more notes, like if you were, girl, you about to go to your room. Stop it. I'm in a video and you're disrupting the video, making me look like a crazy dog lady. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, anyways, so I don't even know what I was saying. Okay, so this may look like a whole bunch of stuff, but let me give you a little tip here. This is the free version of Notion. I have not upgraded to the paid version of Notion. So all of this is done in the free version. And I think with Notion, you can have like an unlimited amount of databases and records and all that kind of stuff. But your file uploads are limited to 5 megabytes. Now, sometimes when you do an upload from like your screenshot of your book in your Kindle app and you put it in here, the app will automatically like downsize that so that it fits. But then I've had other times where it won't do it. So then I have to go into like, let's see, into Procreate. Like for some reason, this book cover it wouldn't downsize it. So I just created a smaller file in Procreate, and then let's see, what size did I do? No, quit, not that. Cancel. There we go. So for this, I just did like 500 by 700 just so that it's small, and that's what I use when I upload to my blog on my library page. So that's just kind of like the size that I went with, and just imported that in there and then saved it to my camera roll, and that's what I put in my Notion. So that's kind of like a workaround if it won't let you just do it. But the way I have this set up is I created templates for my books. So when I go to hit new, I can just choose this book review template that I made. And then it automatically has all of this stuff in it. And then I've got placeholders for quotes, book cover, and my summary and review. So then all I have to do is say replace and then choose. I don't know why this dog is talking. I don't know. Okay. So I can just go through here and I can like choose it and see how it says 15.3 megabytes. But if I say use, the app automatically like downsizes it to fit. So it goes, it's like a workaround for that 5 megabyte limit. And, you know, there's my placeholders there. And I just have to like copy my highlights and, you know, put all this little information in and it just works. I'm going to delete this so that, because I already have that record. I don't want to throw myself off. But so yeah, so this is my master book list that I'm building. I really like it. I really, really like it. I also have a template for this. So when it comes to December, I can just come in here and say monthly overview. And it's got this placeholder. And then all I have to do is set the filter for that month. And it's done. I'm going to delete that one. So I don't want to throw myself off. But yeah, so this is my Notion book list. And oh my gosh, I really, 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 really like it. I mean, like really, really like it. But I can't imagine going without this view of my book journal. So I've got a couple different versions of my book journal in the works for 2023. So I think one of them is also going to be like a basic version where maybe I keep up with just like the monthly view like this. And then all the actual details of the books, instead of doing it on these pages, do it here in Notion, because I just really like it. It's really cool. And let's see how this looks, if it'll let me turn. So see, you can work vertically too, you know, and it's just, how cool is this? You guys may have seen this in a Reels video I did the other day, but I mean, how cool is that? And like, let's say you wanted more information. Like, let's say you were just really into this book and you wanted to create like a character list, you know, to keep up with what characters are in the book, or maybe you do like a mood board or something to go along with it. You could just add that in here and it just keeps going and going and going, as opposed to with like a digital planner. It's, you know, you have those pages, you have to add more pages. This is like all in one place. And yeah, so let's see. I think I also have, let's see. Oh yeah. So in my master book list, I also have a filter set up for a series gallery. So if this doesn't have a series, it just goes there. But then there's this series and this series. And so as you start building it, you know, you can do more to it, which is like really cool. Obviously I've got lots more, but I've got so many books that are not in here yet because this is still new. And some of these are like this. I just added this morning because this is a book series that's coming out in January. So obviously it doesn't have any covers yet, but like when you get into ones that you actually have more of, you know, they show up in here. It's just really cool. I like it a lot. And you can like set up all kinds of filters, set up views, and it all pulls from like one master list, which is just awesome, I think. I think it's awesome. So let's see. Let's go back to, I also have a table by author. So if I just wanted to look at just what that one author did, you know, like everything from C.R. Jane that I have read is here. Except for that one. That one's coming out. It's not out yet. You know, Candace Wondrak. You know, all these, you know, it's all sorted by the author, which is just cool. And it's all because of one master list. You know, I'm totally going to geek out over this because I just love it. This is a gallery view by author, which is cool. But it all comes back from this master list. It's all from here. All these different views are generated. So you put it all in one place and it just kind of auto populates everything else for you, which is like badass. I just love it. Okay. So, all right. So this is the view of how it looks in the app on my iPad. Now, one thing that I don't like, that I guess because I'm coming from like digital planning and GoodNotes, oh, my iPad's crooked, is that you can't like zoom in. Like that's like, this is it. That's it. I mean, you can come in here and customize it to a point. I think you can go in like do more stuff if you want to get like with coding or something maybe. But you can't just like pinch and zoom. But it's just, I mean, let's see. I mean, how cool is that? You know, it's just cool. Okay. So, all right. So that's on the iPad. Like I said, now I'm going to switch over to my computer so you can see what that looks like on there, and how simple it is and how, you know, you can copy and paste and yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to hug the dog while I'm doing this. Okay. All right. Switching over. Okay, so you've seen my Notion book list on my iPad, and this is the PC version. I'm, you know, working on the Windows PC. It most likely will look different on Mac, but this is my list. So you can see, you know, the setup's very similar. On the computer version, you've got the option to reposition your covers, and but everything else looks pretty much the same. I mean, you can see, you know, you have like the same sort of views. I will say that since the proportions are a little bit different, you know, this may not look exactly the same, but you know, it just depends on what you're okay with and like how you like to look at it. But you know, it's still got, you know, all the same features. It's just really cool. But you can see there's obviously like a bigger space here than on like the iPad if you had it vertically. So it just depends. Like I can come in here and I can move this to be up here if I wanted. If you're only looking at it on PC, then you can, you know, pull all of these up here. You can, you know, do anything. And yeah, it's just, oh, I just love it, you guys. And so if you guys want like a tour of, not, well, I mean, this is the tour, but if you want like a tutorial of how do you set this up on your own, like from scratch, like adding a page, and this is just, you know, what you're customizing it from, like how do you start here and turn it into, you know, this. I can do that tutorial if you'd rather have that than a template. Because obviously I'm not going to do both. I'm not going to like sell the template and show you how to build it, because that just seems kind of weird. You know, but just let me know if you also want to, I don't know, reach out and be like, you know, can you include this, or how do you add this? You know, I could do that. I could do a whole series on, you know, building this out if you want. But I just thought I'd show you, you know, how everything works. And like, let's take a look at what all I have included. So I'm going to choose, if I created something new and I choose book review, this is a template that I've made for this. So I've got all of these different things are in my master list. So I've got an image, and then the authors, date read, which I like to do a start date to an end date, the genre, and if it's on Kindle Unlimited, I've got a checkbox, and then my monthly reading, page count, publication date, rating, series order, shop link, status, type, and then underneath that, those are all the properties that show up in the table, and then this stuff is what's on the individual pages. So I've got a place for my quotes, the book cover that I just replaced this image with my book cover, and then a place for summary and review. You could also come in and, like, let's say you wanted to do a character list. So I'm going to add a divider. Actually, I'm also going to add like a space. So I've got like my text there. And then here, maybe I've got like character 1. And then I'm going to change this to be, quit it. I'm going to change this to be a heading, and I'm also going to change the color and just keep going with my purple thing here. And I'm going to duplicate it. So I've got a character 1 and a character 2. And I could come in here and add, like an image if I wanted, and have like a placeholder image for this character, and then have notes here, and I'm gonna do this and this. Oh, let's move the notes up to here, and I can just duplicate that so that I have it here, and I can do the same thing here. And so now I can come in and I can put like character notes if I want to. And you could do anything and make it your own. You can build this up. You can, like, let's say I have like a mood board or something, because I've done that before. And you could put that in here and just build up whatever you want. And then because it's here, like I'm gonna say testing, just so you can know which one this is, right? And see how it shows up here automatically. But if I also go to my book list, it'll be in here. I didn't assign it a date, so actually let's do a date. Like if I were to put date red and put today's date, then, let's also switch it to currently reading. Okay. It should show up here. Come on. Yeah, there it is. Testing book. And yeah, so there it is. It's all connected. You can see that that's there. And it's just, it's really simple. If I were to put it in this list and assign it to November, it would automatically pop up here, right? So I'm going to delete that though, because I totally don't want to like confuse myself. But yeah, so this is my book list, and I plan on like continuing to build it from like all these books that I've already read, because I really like being able to go through here and see that. I like being able to go to like the series gallery, and like I could see an entire series here. And obviously like this one, for instance, there's only 3 here, but I think like this one was like book number 6 or 7 or something. So obviously there's like more, and then I just don't have them all in here. But once this is all built out with like everything, I think that'll be really cool. I think that'll be really cool. And when I have like photos of everything. But yeah, so this is my book list in Notion, and I think it's really fun. So once again, let me know, do you guys want a template for something like this, or do you want, because honestly I don't know a ton about creating the templates, as far as if there's databases that are like built in, how that exactly works. So I don't want to like mess it up. So I definitely would want to test that out first if you guys want a template. But if you guys want a step-by-step tutorial of how to build something like this out, that's an easy thing. I can totally do that. It could be a series if you need a series, if we have lots of videos, depending on, what you want. But yeah, just like let me know. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to put out for this. What would you add if this was yours? What do you track that I'm not tracking? Is there something I should be tracking? So, okay. All right, that's it. I've got to edit this and upload it because I'm already like running behind for the day. But you know what? It's Black Friday. By the way, head over to the shop because I do have like a Black Friday sale going on. Use the code CCP fan to get 35% off in my shop. You can, if you go to Etsy, everything's like 20% off anyways. But in my Etsy shop, I have a section called Last Chance. Let's see, can I just pull that up? Maybe I can pull that up for you. I have a section in my Etsy shop called Last Chance, and it's like everything in that section. You can use the code. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so you can use the code for my Last Chance section, and everything's 20% off right now. But if you use the code Last Chance, all one word, you can get stuff in this section for 50% off right now. Everything else you can get for 35% off with that code CCP fan. And then my 2022 planners, those are 70% off right now. So if you're looking to test out a new version of a planner, now's the time to get one of these dated ones for 70% off. But yeah, okay, that's it. Black Friday sale. Go get your stuff. If you have questions, let me know. If something doesn't work, let me know. I'm happy to help. Yeah, happy shopping. I've got some Black Friday shopping to do myself. This sale goes on through Monday, so both here and on my blog shop. So get to shopping, peoples, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.